Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to another build tutorial. Today we are building the Villager Trading Hall featured in the Optimistic Survival series. This is a pretty simple build, not one of the more detailed builds such as the Storage House, but I still really like it, so I have decided to pass along a tutorial for all of you. You can find all of the materials and the material counts down in the description, and we are going to get started in the very front center, beginning with a log that is 5 blocks tall. A 5 block tall pillar of our spruce logs. Then leave a 4 block gap on either side on the 5th block. Same thing again, a 5 block tall pillar, just like that, to match the height. There we go. And then we are going to place one row of sideways spruce logs across the top in between those. So we should have two 4x4 squares, just like this. This is where our front doors will be. Next, take your spruce logs, place 3 sideways logs across the tops of those pillars, just like that. Take your brown mushroom blocks and go ahead and place a border 1 block in from those spruce logs, leaving the bottom blocks open, so fill in across the top, so 4 on either side going up like that, and 2 across the top. Now, in case you don't know this, with brown mushrooms, if you place another brown mushroom block next to it, then wreck it, it will change the face of that block. So you want to be careful. However, if that does happen, just wreck the block. If you're in creative, of course, it doesn't matter. If you're in survival, when you break a block like that, it will return it to you as a normal brown mushroom block, and you can just place it back and it will return that brown face. So we should have something looking like this. Again, this is where our front doors will be. With your dark oak stairs, we can place 2 upside down stairs right across the top, just like that. And now we can move on to the side. Right here where we have these brown mushroom blocks, go ahead and leave a 2 block gap and then place 1, 2, 3, 4 going up and 2 across the top. In the bottom of this gap, place 2 upside down dark oak stairs, and we will have a window right there. We can go ahead and fill that in with glass panes. Across the very top of this, 1 block out, place 4 sideways spruce logs, just like that. Then going diagonal from the brown mushroom blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 spruce logs going up. They should line up with the log across the top. So we should have something looking like this. We can go ahead and repeat that on this side, so we can place our 2 upside down stairs, fill in with glass on top of those, and then have our row of brown mushroom blocks surrounding that window. Right here, going out diagonally, we will have a 5 block tall pillar of spruce logs and extend those sideways towards the front. The last little thing that we have for these windows are some upside down spruce stairs, or excuse me, dark oak stairs in those corners to kind of round off the face of those windows. As for the rest of the first floor, that pattern is pretty repetitive, so we are going to extend this out a little bit more. So go to the spruce logs right here, leave a 4 block gap, and place another row of 5 blocks tall spruce logs. Same thing over here, 4 block gap, and then a 5 block tall pillar. And now we are going to have 8 more pillars, so 9 in total, including this one, and these will all be spaced 4 blocks apart from each other, built up to a height of 5. Do that until you have 9 in total going back on both sides. So we should now have something that looks like this. We are going to once again continue this pattern across the back, leaving a 4 block gap and a row of 5 logs going vertically. And we should have a perfectly aligned center right there. Again, 4 block gaps in all of these. We are going to do the same window pattern with our brown mushroom blocks. Before we do that, if you want to go through and wreck the middle 2 blocks in the ground and replace those with stone bricks, that will give us a bit of a foundation underneath our dark oak stairs, just like that. Well, I'm realizing I just made a mistake. These should not be in line with the spruce pillars. They should be one block behind them. That's because the windows are set in one block from these pillars. So I will go through and change all of these real quick. There we go. So that will look something like this. Now we can go in with our brown mushroom blocks and we can place in that perimeter. Again, 4 blocks tall on either side, and then 2 across the top middle like this. We're not doing the bottom because we are doing dark oak stairs right there, and we will have our glass panes on top. I guess while we're at it, we can go ahead and place a row of sideways spruce logs going all the way around on all sides. So we will have something like that, again, just connecting those pillars across the top. And finally, we will place in our dark oak stairs, and I suppose we can go ahead and grab out our brown banners right now and get those placed in on either side of those windows. So this is what one of these windows will look like. We are going to do these in all of these faces. So it is the same going all the way around. I'll show it one more time. So we have 4 brown mushroom blocks on either side going up, 2 across the top, our upside down dark oak stairs across the bottom, fill in the gap with glass panes, 2 upside down dark oak stairs in the corner to round that off, and 2 brown banners on either side. So go ahead and do that for all of these gaps that we have, and then we will move on to the roof. And there we go, we should have all of those windows into place now, again with the banners and the upside down stairs. Before we do the roof, let's go ahead and do the inside real quick. You should have all of these gaps in between the brown mushrooms. Now we could just fill that in with more brown mushroom blocks, but then it will look very flat on the inside. So what we will do instead is place 4 spruce logs going up in between those. This will help to bring in that outside pattern to the inside and break up each of those window sections a little bit more. So that should look like this. Let's go ahead and do that on this side as well. There we go. So you should have something that looks like that now. If you want, you can extend these brown mushroom blocks here in the front out by a couple more blocks, and then do 2 more spruce log pillars there in the corners, and we can do 1 more here in the front as well. So we have something that looks like that. For the floor, we are going to go with oak planks, and we can just go ahead and replace all of this grass here on the inside with planks. And it is just about time to start on the roof. Before we do that though, we are going to do a little bit more work with our spruce logs. Here in the front, in the entry area, we are going to extend these spruce logs across the top, just like that, to kind of break up this front area with the rest of the build. And then at the tops of all of these vertical pillars, we are going to place sideways spruce logs sticking out from those. And here on the corners, we will place 2. So that should look like this. And we can do the same thing on the front here as well. So with that out of the way, now we can take out our stone brick stairs and blocks, and we can get started on the outline for the roof. We will begin here in the very front, in this little notch here between those spruce logs. Place a right side up stone brick stair, and place 1 more on top of that front log on either side. Then we are just going to do an upside down right side up stair pattern until we get to the middle. And once we get to the middle, we should have something looking like this. Place 1 more upside down stair in between those, 1 more right side up on top, and then take some stone brick slabs, and on the bottom half of that top stair, place 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 extending back. Then take out your spruce logs and go to this sideways spruce pillar that we have right here. On top of that, in the middle, place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 extending up, just like that. We will return to that in just a moment. We are going to repeat the same right side up, upside down stair pattern here on this side as well. So again, the stairs in those little notches, a right side up stair on that log, and then upside down and right side up all the way until we get to the top middle. And once you do, you should see that these stairs will align perfectly with our spruce log. Same pattern as before, upside down stair, right side up stair, and on top of that log, a stone brick slab. We are going to extend this slab all the way to this end right down here, where this middle spruce log will also be extended up to that same height of 10 blocks. We can do that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then on top of that, we will have a stone brick slab. Again, these will connect all the way across the middle, and it will look just like this. So let's go ahead and repeat the right side up, upside down stair pattern one last time on the back of the build. Again, those stairs in those little notches, a stair on top of that log right there, and then upside down and right side up all the way until we get to the top, where we will do that same pattern that we have been doing. And one more time, upside down stair and a right side up stair. Now, if we wanted to, we could just fill in with our mangrove stairs going all the way across, but that would make for a very dull, uninteresting roof. What we are going to do instead are have these two dormers right here on all 4 sides, so we will have 4 in total. That's going to really help to break up this roof pattern and give the build a little bit more of an interesting design. To do that, we are going to start at this first gap right here in between these spruce logs. We will place 1, 2, 3 stairs going back. On the 4th, we are going to turn that stair. And then go to this side in the back, and from the back, 1, 2, 3, and then turn that 4th stair. And then we are going to skip 2 of these sections. In this section right here, from the middle going towards the back, 1, 2, 3, and then turn the 4th stair. And then in this section adjacent to it, going towards the front, 1, 2, 3, and turn the 4th stair. So that will look like this. Those stairs should be turned into those 2 empty sections. We can do the same thing over here on this side. So that should look like that. We should have 8 sections in total that don't have any stairs. This pattern is going to be a little bit different. Instead of the upside down right side up stair, we are going to place a block on top of this log adjacent to that turned stair. Same thing right here, here, and there. 4 blocks in total, just like that. On those blocks, place a right side up stone brick stair facing away from these empty sections, and then an upside down stair facing towards them, and then a block, and we are just going to repeat that pattern. Right side up stair, upside down stair, a block on top of the upside down stair, a right side up stair on top of the block, and an upside down stair next to the right side up stair. We will repeat this pattern until we get to the center of this, so we will do that one more time. Upside down, block, right side up, and once we get to the middle, where we will have a gap, we can place one more upside down stair facing out, and one more right side up stair on top of it. And then on the lower half of that stair, place a slab on the inside, and what we should see is that these slabs will line up with the main row of slabs going down the center. So we will repeat that pattern for all 4 of these dormers, and that will give us our roof outline. So our roof outline should be looking like this. From here, it is pretty simple. We are just going to fill in between all of these stairs with our mangrove stairs and blocks. Before we do that though, let's go ahead and finish up the second floor and the walls here so that the roof is the very last thing that we take care of. Starting here in the front, we are going to sort of have a similar grid pattern with our logs. We can actually begin in the very front. On this right side up facing log right here, we are going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 more going vertically. That should align right underneath the bottom of that stair. In these gaps right here, we can fill those in with brown mushroom blocks. so that from the outside we don't have any gaps. When we step down here, that should look like this. We are going to do the same thing right here, but on a little bit of a larger scale. Right here on this 10 block tall pillar, we are going to leave a 1, 2, 3, 4 block gap going up. On the 5th block, place some sideways spruce logs. We are going to extend those out for a total of 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Same thing on this side, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then on top of this log right here, we are going to extend that up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It should fill in that little gap right there. Same thing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we can go through and fill in between all of these gaps with our brown mushroom blocks as well. So that will look like this. We are going to repeat this here in the back. So once again, going up, leave a 1, 2, 3, 4 block gap on the 5th block, 1, 2, 3, 4 sideways logs on either side, and then extend these pillars up to match the height of these sideways logs, and fill in all of those gaps with brown mushroom blocks. So that looks like that from the outside, and from the inside like this. For these 4 dormers, it is a similar concept. The proportions are a little bit different, but it is generally the same. Extend our spruce logs going up in the middle, all the way until we reach the height of that stair pattern. So that should look like that. I'm skipping these gaps right under the slabs. I should go ahead and remove that one too. That way we can save on our spruce logs just a little bit. And then again, same thing right here, leave a 4 block gap going up on the 5th block. We are just going to place 2 sideways spruce logs right here, since we can't go any farther because of those patterns. So we will do that on all 4 sides, and then we will fill in again those visible gaps, whatever we can see from the outside, with our brown mushroom blocks. So anywhere where we have a gap like that. We don't want to fill in more than that, because if we do, it's going to get in the way of this pattern when we go to do the rest of the roof. So that is how that looks from the outside. We can also place 1 more spruce log extending out from that middle cross section right there. We will do that on all 4 sides, fill in with our brown mushrooms, and then we can fill in the 2nd floor. So that will look like that. If you are playing in survival, now is a great time to go ahead and light up your 1st floor. And I suppose if you are making this a villager trading hall, we can go ahead and configure that right now. If you are using this as just a standard building, I will leave a timestamp so you can skip ahead to the 2nd floor and the rest of the roof. But again, if you are doing a villager trading hall, we will go ahead and do that right now. Start with some spruce logs and line yourself up with these front dormers right here in the middle where we have those spruce logs going up, and line yourself up with the middle of the front of the build. On that block, place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spruce logs going up, just like that. And then go to the backside and do that same thing once again. Line yourself up in between those dormers, and in the middle of the build, extend a pillar of 5 spruce logs going up. And then we are going to place spruce logs aligned with all of these logs right here, going down the middle. We can extend those up as well. And I take that back, they are 4 blocks tall, not 5, so we can wreck those 2 on the ends. So we should have 5 pillars in total. In between all of those, we will fill those in with brown mushroom blocks. So that will look like this. Now, the way I have configured my villager trading area, I guess, the pens that the villagers are in, I used a combination of fences, trapdoors, and of course, whatever their workstation is. We will go ahead and use a loom as the example. To begin, I place 2 fences extending out from the wall, alternating blocks. That is where the villagers will be housed, in between each of these. And you can do this for the length of the build, just like that. And then in between each of those in the front, that is where the workstation will be. So that will keep the villagers in on each of the sides, and then you want a trapdoor placed on the lower half of the third block going up. So we should have 2 full blocks right in there, and then a trapdoor on top just like that. If you want, you can place one more extending out from it, but that is not entirely necessary. This is enough to keep the villager in place. If we were to put a villager in there right now, we would see that he would not be able to move, and he would become a loom, and that is now his workstation. And we will just place these trapdoors going all the way down this row. If you want to go watch the survival episode that I did with the trading hall, you can see more in depth how I transferred the villagers to get them into place, but that is pretty much how that goes. You can also have a few more trading stalls here in the middle. Just like that, it is as simple as that. But once you get all of your trading stalls built and all of the villagers into place, this is how that will look. So certainly a very, very busy area going on. If I recall correctly, I think it is somewhere around 45 trading stalls in total. It is actually 56 in total, so 11 more than I thought. Definitely a very high yield with room for more stalls on the second level if you want to do that, but I have not yet done that in the survival world. But now with all of our villagers into place, we can do our second floor, again sticking with oak logs, or excuse me, oak planks. We can go ahead and fill in all across the top. Again, if you are in survival mode, make sure it is lit up in here, especially if you have your villagers into place. You would not want any zombies getting in there and harming any of them. So let's go ahead and fill in between all of these sideways spruce logs with our oak planks. We can get the roof on this thing and call it complete. Alright, so that takes care of the floor. On the inside, it is pretty dark for me. Luckily, I am in peaceful mode. And now the very last thing that we need to do is add our mangrove roof. We will start here in the front. It is nice and simple. We are just going to extend our mangrove stairs back. Actually, this bottom row should be stone brick stairs. We can go ahead and do that on both sides right there. And then our mangrove stairs will fill in line with our stone brick stairs. These are just going to extend back for a total of 5 until they meet the wall. So that will look something like this. As for this part of the roof, it gets a little bit more complex because we have 2 different roof patterns that intersect with each other. However, it is not all that bad to build. So the main pattern of the roof will extend from the front and back triangle shape right here, the upside down and right side up pattern. So we can begin to fill in these mangrove stairs. Again, those will be the main pattern going across. Those will intersect with this pattern right here, the block stair pattern, and we will do that by outlining how this will intersect. So next to this bottom block right there, we will place a normal mangrove block. And then we will place 2 stairs, and then 3 blocks, and then 4 stairs, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 5 blocks. And I think you are starting to see the pattern here. Every time we go up, we are going back an additional layer. So right here, this will be 7 blocks, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we will have 8 stairs. It will extend past it by 1, and then 9 blocks. It will extend past those stairs by 1, and then here at the top, we will have 10 stairs that will go all the way to those slabs. That is where we will turn it. So now that we have this pattern filled in right here, all we are going to do is connect our stairs going into this pattern, and what we will see is it will start to fill itself in, and those stairs right here will turn, and the other stairs with the blocks will just butt up against those and look seamless. So we will do that just like this, And now we can fill in all of those stairs going into that pattern right here. We are going to do that on all parts of the roof, all 6 sections. And here in the middle, actually, it does get a little bit more complicated because you are going to want to connect these blocks going across the top and then these stairs all the way across. But that is not how this part of the roof pattern will be. Otherwise, we would get to the top and this whole section would be flat. So the easiest way to do this middle section is to find this middle spruce log right here and then go on top of the right side up spruce log right there with a mangrove stair, and then do the upside down right side up stair pattern all the way until you reach that middle slab. And it should align perfectly. If you want to go ahead and conserve materials, you can remove those upside down stairs, and now that will give you an outline to work with. So again, it will be the same thing right here. 1 block on the bottom, and then 2 stairs, and then 3 blocks, and then 4 stairs on top of the blocks, and then 5 blocks, and so on. And we can do that on all sides until we have a finished roof, at which point the build will be done. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish that up, and I will meet all of you back here when we have a finished build. And there we have it, a finished build. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't actually finish it. I've already built this 1.5 times. I don't want to do that roof for a 3rd time though. But we do have one more thing to add on this, and that is our front door, or front doors, I should say. In this bottom gap, we can replace those with some stone bricks, and from the inside, we can place a couple of mangrove doors. Now, we have ourselves a finished build. Sort of. You should have a finished build. I do, in our survival world. But that is where we are going to end this tutorial. I hope it was easy enough to follow along, and I hope you enjoy the build as much as I do. If you did enjoy it, definitely hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye!